Alright, hey guys, what's up? Codex here, and I'm here to finally talk to you guys about episode 3, or chapter 3 moreover, of RWBY Volume 4, and just get started immediately, because I actually really wanted to talk about this. We finally, after so long, finally got to see Blake, and actually you probably, most of you guys probably already know this because I explained in the last season of the forum that Blake is basically my most favorite heroine of the entire series. She immediately grabbed my attention just from her trailer. So just knowing the fact that finally we got to see screen time of her was just really great. And it's really funny because on social media and everywhere, everybody's just talking. It's just hey guys, have you noticed something? Is it me, or is Blake gotten a lot hotter or something? But it's actually really true, since actually all of the characters within the show have technically matured quite a bit, because there's a time frame in between Volume 3 and Volume 4. I think it was about it's a couple of months, so time passed by quite a lot, and now the characters obviously grow, so yeah, it's really nice. Blake's new outfit is really cool. It's she has this white overcoat. It's actually pretty long. It almost looks like a trench coat, and then her weapon, of course, is on her back, and then her top is really different. It's laced around the top, and is her, I think her belly button still exposed. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I really for all the new for all of Team RWBY, I really honestly love all the reworks of their appearances. So that's that. And then after she appeared on the screen, you can notice that she was still experiencing trouble, because we all know that all the characters split paths. So Yang is still with Taiyang, Ruby is off with Ranger, and then Weiss is back at Atlas. And now we have Blake, and she's on the ship. And I'll tell you guys near the end of this, because she tells us where she's going. But anyway, yeah, it's wow, Blake, where are you going? And then she interacts with someone finally. Blake's probably, of course, the most introverted of everyone of the group. Second would probably be Weiss, but then, yeah, she's overlooking the view, seeing the ocean, and then the ship captain comes by, and she actually gets she gets very frantic about it, and hesitates, and actually pulls out her weapon, and almost scares the ship captain. But yeah, it's kind of bittersweet too, because the captain recommends, oh, you should probably interact with something because it can get kind of boring. And they're going, of course, she's going back to the Faunus region, so I actually forgot the name of it, unfortunately, because she wants to see, oh wait, I have to tell you that at the end. But anyway, yeah, she's going there, and she's going alone. And after that little conversation, you actually see this cloaked figure that's right above Blake. It's it's a multi-story ship, so of course there'd be people all around. And then also on the side of that, Blake also sees some children interacting, and that's really interesting too, because it's Blake is being reminded of her childhood, or she's remembering something, and it has to do, of course, with something with being younger. So that's really interesting too. And then now we're going to transition, because much like I explained before, this is a lot like Game of Thrones now, where it goes from character arc to character arc, kind of cycles. Each chapter seems to highlight a couple of, about 2 of the heroines within the team, if not more. It's usually 2, because first we got Ruby and Weiss, now we have Blake and Yang. So now transitions to Yang, and unlike Blake's arc, she seems to be doing okay as of now. But now we got the Yang, and it's really sad because we already know what happened to her. She lost her left arm. I think her left arm was her dominant arm. So yeah, of course now it's it's only wrapped up here. And then she was sitting at home, and then Taiyang, oh wait, no, first Yang is watching the holo screen and looking at the news, and it's really interesting too, because the holo news is still showing all these things like crime in relation to the White Fang. I almost said Black Fang. The White Fang, and that Adam was sighted somewhere. And like the thing that's interesting too is that it's still going on. Like around the area of Beacon, they must still be around there because that's what the news said, and that's really interesting because you'd think they'd leave there. And then Tai-Ying comes through the door, and then he has a gift for Yang, and then like puts the box on the table where she's sitting, and then what do you know? She already gets a prosthetic arm, a mechanical arm, and then Tai-Yang says that Ironwood was the one who helped chip in. And the thing that we already know too is that Ironwood also, like his whole shoulder, I don't remember if it's right or his left arm, but that whole thing is mechanical too. So it's like, that's actually very thoughtful of him. And we used to think Ironwood was a jerk, but not really. So that's that. And then that's that whole sequence. And it transitions back to Blake. And now, this is probably like one of the most... It's pretty expected actually. The boat gets attacked by a giant grim dragon. The dragon's huge. And it's kind of cool too, because at first it just looks like a sea dragon, but then it morphs and it starts flying, and it's like, whoa, what the heck? All these grims are like straight up Transformers, and like, and then when the dragon's attacking, Blake of course initiates for the combat and tries to fight it, and then what do you know? The hooded figure is Sun Wukong, of course, decides to follow Blake, and then it's really cool because now since the characters have gotten more mature, they've known the master of their powers even better. So Blake is like throwing herself up with her clones, and then Sun is doing the same, and it's like they're doing all these like crazy combos again. And then there's this one scene where Sun catches Blake and Blake catches Sun both ways, and like it's kind of funny because this is the literal shipping scene where people are just like, oh wow, now I can really start to see a relationship build for them because it's just them. And then they defeat the dragon, and then it's like, okay, that's great. But then when after that that whole mood dies down for a bit, and then there's like a sunset, I believe. Sun asks Blake, it's like, what are you doing? Like, where are you going? Like, I know all your friends left, but where are you going? And then Blake tells Sun, oh, I'm gonna go see my family. And then Sun, of course, he's like, okay, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna go with you. And of course Blake gets angry, and that's that. So that's rounds up all the parts with Blake and Sun. So for most people, I believe it's pretty predictable that Sun would go after Blake, because in the opening it even shows them together already. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And it's actually really nice to see at least Blake will get to interact with someone. That's what we need. And then probably, I don't know what next chapter, but because it's really interesting with this whole arc by arc thing. Like, I don't even know when they're gonna show them again. And finally, there's actually one thing I forgot to write. Yang was like at home. She was doing all these like household chores, like sweeping, and then she was washing some dishes, and she picks up a glass cup, and out of nowhere she gets like this vision of Adam, and you hear like that slicing sound, and she gets really, really scared. Like, you can really tell that I think, of course, she's probably the most affected, like, by far the most affected one by the whole fall of Beacon, because she lost a limb, I almost said limbs, and then also like a bunch of her friends got hurt. She lost friends too, so yeah, she is like really, really fragile now. So that was basically a little snippet of her. And now to get to the last part, the very last part, Cinder and Salem interact with each other, and Salem calls Cinder over, and then Salem asks Cinder, did you really kill Osmond? And then from Cinder's raspy tones and stuff, like, she says yes, but then at this one point, she doesn't say it loud enough, and Salem actually scolds her, and then because she wanted to call over Emerald so that Emerald could say it for her, but then Salem's like, no, I want you to say it. Like, I want you to say it. And then she did. And then Salem mentions this treatment. Like, I don't know what they're doing to Cinder. And then this whole treatment thing in relation to that is really, really odd grim. It's shaped like a it's basically like a jellyfish. It's like an orb. And it has like these tentacles going down. And like the nucleus of the grim is like glowing. And it goes over towards where Salem and Cinder are. And then I think it's like some sort of communication device, almost like the Grim itself. And then Salem talks to the Grim. It's like raise our forces, raise our defenses, etc. And then it cuts off right there. So yeah, honestly, I was just so glad to see Blake. But then that part about Yang is really sad. And then the whole thing about Cinder is like, what is going on? Like, if Salem could do something with Cinder, I have a really, really bad feeling about that then. So, anyway, you guys, of course, I want to know what you guys thought about the chapter. And as always, stay on. I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.